By the end of this video, you gonna know if your spouse is for you or not. Okay? So follow along. Listen, today I'm gonna be talking about eliminating distractions. That's gonna be the challenge. You know what you got going on in your life that is a distraction or not. That's not for me to decide. But my challenge is to you to dictate what that is and eliminate two of them. I'm gonna tell you why I say two in a little minute. So I'm gonna tell you a story about me. So I often track my weight loss journey because I'm a big dude. I done got up to almost 300 pounds before, but I'm strong too, right? So sometimes when I put on a weight, it look good because I do have muscle. But what I notice is whenever I try to do a fat loss or a weight loss journey, there's a direct correlation with me deleting social media for a certain period of time. So I set a goal, I set an end date to it, but every time I go look at my scale or I go look at my calendar when I write my weight down, there's always a direct correlation with me eliminating distractions to me succeeding on whatever my goals is. You got to start with a goal in the first place. You set your direction to where you're going. So one of the distractions for me was Facebook, Instagram, things like that. So like I say, I delete those instant lock-in mode with just deleting those two. And again, you know what your distractions are. You know what you could get out the way to help you get to your goals. First, write that goal down or set that goal. Another form of distraction that I want to talk to today is something that we don't seem to be or think is a distraction. And that's out here, substance abuse. That can be food, that can be liquor, that could be drugs. A lot of times we look at drugs as a substance abuse, but we don't think liquor and food is really that impactful. And the reason why is because it's socially acceptable. But that's how a lot of things start. If you from a neighborhood like me, I'm from the west side of Chicago, you see these people out here on the streets that's drunk, mental issues, all things like that. Now, I don't want to judge them, but I want you to know that at some point they were someone's cousin, brother, daughter, son, mom, dad, whatever. They were normal. They were young, just like you, who thought socially drinking every other week, every day was good, and then it spirals out. So what I'm saying is you have to take it serious. You got to take these distractions like it's life or death, because it can be. If you want to take a pick into the future, you can do that. So if you want to take a look into the future, right, one thing you can do is for multiple different things, right, because we're talking about alcohol. Whatever age you are, I want you to look at anybody doing the things that you do on a consistent basis 20 years older than you. I once read a book and a guy said if you're at a place, right, well, let's say you start off young. You might be in your early 30s, you might be in your 20s, you might be in your mid 30s. You could be any age. You could be 40s, 50s, whatever. He said, look at the people that are 20, that been in that whatever field you in, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Look at all of them, and collectively, that's your future. So you better find whoever in there looks like where you want to be or something. And if they don't, it might be a time for you to pivot, right? I don't want to get too off track, off topic, but just look at the people. They've been there for 30 years, 35 years. What's going to make you different? You coming there every day like them. You party on the weekend like them. You have to be different. And a lot of times what can help you be different is pointing out your distractions and locking in on your goals. First off, you have to have the goal. My goal right now is to be 215 pounds. I'm down maybe 40 plus pounds right now. And one of my goals is to dunk. Now, being that I know that goal, it helps me wake up every morning and have a purpose to my life. I have a reason to say no. That's one of the great things about goals. I'm going to get into a whole nother goal video later, but goals are important because why not say no to going outside? Why not say no to the burger? The burger not going to make you gain 5 pounds, is it? The candy not going to make you gain 5 pounds. The goal is the purpose that helps you be able to say no And no is important. Yes is important also. And again, when it come back to the liquor, I know I got off topic, but take it serious. Take your distraction serious. You may be thinking like, oh, it's not that serious. It is. Trust me. Another thing is, I know I talked about social media, but I know it's a lot of people on your phone. You can go see. It's called, I believe it's called watch time. You can see how many hours a day you're on TikTok, Facebook, social media, everything. You can pause this video right now. I want you to look at it. Comment it below once you figure out what that is. And a lot of people will be astounded to see that you're spending 4 or 5, a whole work shift on your phone, 8 hours a day. And you telling me you couldn't do 30 minutes on a bike? You couldn't get an hour in the gym? You couldn't get an hour of some educational program that will help you advance yourself? You actually can, but the distractions is what's stopping you. So again, one of those, the app is to let you know how much time you spend on your phone. Even if you start slow, right? Look at whatever the most thing you have on your phone, whatever time you spend the most on, and delete that. And tell yourself, okay, if I spend 3 hours on this app, I'm gonna delete this off my app, and I'm gonna take half of that, an hour and a half, and I'm going to maybe put it into something that's going to get you to your goal. Because again, we all got different goals. Whatever that goal is, say you're going to spend that time to put on your goal. And what's going to happen is you're going to see yourself progressing, and that's going to give you motivation. It's going to make you want to do more. I just know that's what worked for me. So that's my challenge to you. Eliminate. And the reason I say 2 distractions is because we got this phone, we got a lot of stuff going on in our lives, and you could like, if you delete Instagram, you're just gonna spend more time on Facebook. If you delete Facebook, you're just gonna spend more time on TikTok. So I say eliminate at least 2. Try to eliminate 2 things, not just social media, but whatever you deem fit in your life. You can leave that comment down below, and maybe we could comment or discuss further ways of helping you with that. Another thing that I wanted to talk to, that I promised at the beginning of the video, I did not forget this time, is how to know if your spouse is for you or not. This is how. Because once you set your goals and you eliminate certain distractions, see if your partner is willing to assist you with those goals, or are they a hindrance? That's one of the red flags or anything you can look for. But since you don't have no goals, you don't know what to look for. I got an anecdotal story. I got me and the guys play basketball every Sunday. We probably miss 2 or 3 Sundays a year. I try to, right? Because that's how my schedule plays out. One of the things is this. I noticed a lot of guys get in trouble for playing basketball on Sunday. A lot of these women have their locations, they have everything, but they can't get away. Listen, let me tell you something. Men, women, whoever you are, listen to me right now. If your life is set up in a way where you can't get 2 to 3 hours of solace to yourself, that's good for your mental health, your physical health, your overall well-being, you might not be in a situation that you probably should be in. If you can't get 2 to 3 hours an entire week, you're doing everything for everybody all week. You're at work, you're taking care of bills, you're taking care of the family, you're taking care of friends, you're taking care of your spouse. You mean to tell me you can't get 2 to 3 hours for you? That's a problem. Another thing that I practice every morning, and this may not go for distractions, but I want to share this with you guys because it has helped me tremendously. I wake up every morning and I thank God before my phone. If my phone is ringing, I thank God before I answer the phone. If my spouse is asking me something, if it's a fire, if I don't have 30 seconds to thank God in the morning for waking up, then I need to adjust some things in my life. I don't care if you're 30 minutes, 40 minutes late for work, 50 minutes late for anything. You should be able to slow it down and thank God. And what you're going to notice is It helps with anxiety. It helps with anything you're dealing with because you get a chance to slow things down and have a act of gratitude, and that helps you start your day off in a positive way. That's another thing that you guys can try. It's just something that I do. Again, today is about eliminating distractions. Another thing, right before we get out of here, is video games. I know it's a lot of guys who go to work and they get off work and go play video games for the next 6 hours until they go to sleep, and they start over and do the same thing. I'm not knocking video games because from what I hear, what a lot of guys say is it helps with anxiety, it helps with mental, it helps them have community because a lot of people are online playing, they get to talk to other people. So what I'm saying is, I'm not saying get rid of some of these things if they help you in a multitude of ways. What I'm saying is you can limit these things and you can set a goal and you can work towards that goal. I mean, because what's life at the end of the day? You got somewhere to be, you got things you want to be, and when it's all said and done, if it don't get done, it's your life. Nobody's going to care. Nobody. Promise you. So, thank you guys for listening. Yeah. Eliminate distractions. Thank y'all.